vlog. So what am I eating?
Green blue.
My green blue, which I packed my own in my own bag so that I wouldn't confuse mine with his. And my green blue is in this container. You can travel with frozen ice on a plane as long as it's frozen solid. It can't be melting. This is my green blue. I have asparagus and feta cheese. So I will be enjoying that. Meal 2. Good morning. Just woke up, day after leg day, super sore. Breakfast is ready, but I wanted to check in and just give you guys like a physical update of what I look like after 5 days. I didn't do it before like this because we don't have great mirrors in the house we have now, but I mean, just look at going like that and seeing my bicep like that didn't happen 5 days ago. So it's pretty awesome. All right, gotta go have breakfast. I'll show you guys what we're having. Kevin has been...
House hunting day 2. Saga begins.
We have a couple houses lined
Action.
up. This is my first meal of the day. Eggs and steamed kale. And I'll put 1 teaspoon.
You get no teaspoon.
Oh, I get no teaspoon? This is my pre-workout meal.
And so
okay, so we moved our food around a little bit. What we should do, what Autumn says, is never leave the house without your food or without an extra meal because shit can happen and then you don't want to get off with your timing. So what we'll probably do is just prep.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep cooking after this.
Yeah, just prep and bring food with us.
So that's why
and
rotisserie
pull
chickens.
over and eat on a dock where there's some fish somewhere.
That is why rotisserie chickens are the shit. You can just pull them apart, keep them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And if you gotta go,
You gotta go.
you can just grab it and go.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna eat.
Eat.
So we're here at Starbucks, eating. We have green, red, yellow teaspoon. We got our little potatoes, the rotisserie chicken, steamed kale with herbs, and then the tzatziki green dressing that he made yesterday. So it's actually really good cold. Are you enjoying your food?
I am.
I smell truffle too. Did you put some truffle oil in there?
There's a teaspoon.
Oh yeah, that's the teaspoon, the truffle oil. Hey, so we decided to extend our stay in Key Largo one more day to handle some adulting type stuff, you know, things you just got to do. That happens, you know, in life, like things happen. You know, you have to get out of town quick. You have stuff come up. And it's important to understand that like you have other options besides fast food, and I just wanted to share with you what we did and what we're doing today and how our life, bless you, and how our lifestyle is really centered around the food we eat. And you know, it's interesting because you would think that somebody who eats healthy doesn't do as much stuff around food as we do, but I wanted to start sharing with you guys a little bit more about how we literally design our days around like a food culture. Like we are into food, like we're foodies, but that doesn't mean that like you have to eat all the terrible things to be a foodie, you know? And we like fresh, sustainable, local. Like we're planning a trip, we're going to Oregon, and I was looking up all the food that's in season because when we're there I want to food prep with stuff that we get at a U-Pick. And that's not for a couple weeks, but I was still already starting to look into it and see what kind of foods are in season to see what I can look forward to and stuff like that. Do you need, oh, you're getting water. Okay, so I wanted to share, so we're only here today and then we leave tomorrow, but we are flying tomorrow, so we have to pre-pack our food. By extending our trip, we're now here all day today, and we are traveling all day tomorrow. And so we fly out at like 1, we don't get home till 4, and then we got to get the dogs, and we drive home, and it will take us about 3 hours. So we really do also have to prep for all day tomorrow as well. So we went to the grocery store and we got everything that we need for 2 days. So we got a bunch of different varietals of kale. What I love Publix. If you're in Florida or in a place of Publix, has a Publix, so you have a great organic section. If you're on the West Coast, stores like Albertsons and Safeway, I don't know if they've gotten better, but since we've lived there, they kind of compare to Walmart to me. Like they're more like small Walmarts. They don't have really great selections of food. So I would definitely, if you're, there's a Whole Foods, a Fresh Mart, or a Sprouts, or Trader Joe's. I don't even think Trader Joe's has that much organic stuff either, and it's all prepackaged in plastic for the most part. So that's why I'm not a big advocate for Trader Joe's, because in my experience, it's a lot of plastic, a lot of pre-plastic packaged foods, which for me personally, I prefer to go to a farm, a U-Pick, a food hall. Like even here, like in the Florida Keys Homestead area, in Homestead there's a lot of organic foods. You can go and you can get a food haul or order a CSA if you're going to stay for a while. So preparation, a lot of it has to go into it. So he just shredded up all the dinosaur kale, but they had like 3 varietals of kale. I wish I had, do you have one stem? Nope, it's all here. Let me just show them. So variety is key, and kale is number 1 on the fixed nutrition plan. This is the dinosaur kale. As you see, it's more like, kind of like has a little more roughage looking. You can go ahead and put that to cook. That came in stems, but he already took it off the stem. And then this is the purple kale, and then we have the curly kale. And so while, kale is the number 1 on the list, there's not just one type of kale. And so most people don't eat more than like maybe 30 different kinds of fruits and veggies and just eat the same things over and over again, which I really want to encourage you to start looking. Is there more dinosaur kale in there?
No, it's curly.
Curly kale. So while we eat kale, there's a bunch of different varietals of kale. So I encourage you to try different kinds. I really like curly kale in terms of like raw, because you can take it with your teaspoon. You can take it like with a teaspoon of sesame oil, toasted sesame oil, and you can massage it and make a really great salad and eat it raw. So for 2 days, we got 2 bushels of curly kale, because it's about, between the both of us, we eat what, 8 servings of greens a day?
Something like that, yeah.
And we got 1 purple, and then we got 1 dinosaur. So all of our greens are gonna come from kale. We decided to do kale because we can steam it and cook it down, and it takes up less volume in the containers for our food prep for traveling. We also got asparagus, which is a green, which will also take up less room as well. So we're gonna eat as much kale as we can for today, and then tomorrow for our food prep, we're gonna do asparagus because it takes up less room in the containers, and we only have so many containers, and so we gotta get all of our food into there for travels. This is the rice that we bought. We didn't buy it today, but we got it from Whole Foods. This is our favorite kind of rice. It's it's Lotus Foods, and this is the Jade Pearl rice. I thought you got the pink one.
That one's better.
Oh, so Kevin says that the Jade Pearl rice is his favorite. It's the green one, or the forbidden rice. So it's like a very, it's a different varietal of rice, right? And so like, it's Jade Pearl rice, so it's a type of, let's see, so Jade Pearl rice is organically grown sushi style rice infused with wild crafted bamboo extract made from Moso bamboo species that flourishes in the virgin forest of Chengde, China. Bamboo extract is a rich source of chlorophyll and is up and coming superfood. When cooked, Jade Pearl rice produces the aroma of bamboo forest, a light vanilla taste, and explosion of health-giving nutrients, and it's really fucking good. So for travel, I know. So for travel, we are using exotic rice, and so like, start looking at stuff like this and seeing how you can spice up your food. And then for orange containers, we're doing pine nuts. They didn't have organic pine nuts, so but these are from Italy. So usually Italy doesn't use a lot of pesticides. They don't have GMOs. So that's another thing you can look at for when you buy stuff like this in bulk, see where it's from. Because if it's from Europe, most likely it's not pasteurized, which means it hasn't gone through a blanching process and a chemical process. Let me talk about the feta really quick before I give it to you. And then, as you guys know, or maybe not, we were in Greece for a couple weeks in June. and I became completely obsessed with Greek feta cheese. And so we were at Publix, and they actually have Greek feta cheese imported from Greece. So if you look on the back, this is from sheep's milk and goat's milk, and it was made in Greece, so it's gonna taste just like the cheese does in Greece. And so I was like, oh my God, we're getting that. And this is a blue container. Here you go, babe. Some other things we have, can I have the avocado? Is onion. Onions are freebies, so if you want to, like, you know, add a little more dimension to your food, onions.
I don't know that they're freebies. I think green onions are freebies, but you have to, like...
These are freebies?
I believe so.
And so these are, for the most part, onions, garlic, anything, herbs. Those are all going to be freebies. And so, like, spice up your meals with, like, different kinds of foods, you know, and experiment, add parsley and cilantro, and, you know, a lot of different cultures, they cook with a lot of different herbs and spices, and you can really make a boring meal really awesome. This is also blue container. Avocado, so cute. It's a little guy. It's a Hass avocado. Florida avocados are really big. Tropical avocado is really big. This one's not from Florida, but I really like the rich taste of a Hass avocado. It tastes very different. This is a blue container, and my meal right now is a green and a blue. So what Kevin's making for me is steamed kale with half of my blue and avocado and the other half of my blue feta cheese. And so that's my meal right now. Voila. Let's see if I want it to fall.
It's like we planned that or something.
I know we did not plan that timing, but this is my meal. Doesn't that look delicious? And maybe we're just gonna put a little sprinkle of sea salt and call it good. And then we bought some organic eggs, and we are going to have eggs for one of our meals today, and then hard boil the rest to bring with us tomorrow on the road. Hard boiled eggs are really great travel foods, and they're also really great to chop up and put, like if you're doing a travel salad and you want, you know, your red container is really great too, because the yolk sometimes can, like, help with the dressing and make it even better. And then, of course, I have my purple containers, which are my organic berries. I love berries, and they're the #1 list on the Fix plan. So they're low in glycemic, high in antioxidants, really great superfoods. And I'm going to have this later with my shake, my chocolate and my berries. It's my favorite thing, is my superfood antioxidant, like sweet tooth, amazingly healthy snack. And then, of course, we got organic bananas, because bananas are really great. Half a banana is a purple, really great for your smoothie, really great for a quick snack, really great for a sweet tooth. And so, you know, and that is what we're eating. That's what we're eating today and tomorrow. For the most part, all of our meals are going to consist of those things and their leftover rotisserie chicken. And we're actually going right now to go look for some fresh seafood. So stay tuned to see some behind the scenes of shopping for fresh seafood here in the Florida Keys, and hopefully gives you some ideas of things you can do when you're on the road. Bye, you guys. Okay, so we already went to Publix, and we were hoping to find Key West pinks there. But now we're trying one of the restaurants slash fish houses that has fresh seafood from the fishermen, to see if we can find fresh seafood. We were at the Publix, and a lot of the shrimp comes from Indonesia and is farm raised. You want wild caught seafood, so come on, let's check it out. Hi. You all have any? Hello. Look at all the lobsters. Wow. That's some good looking lobster. Yellowtail and hogfish. Hogfish, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a hogfish. And I have yellow jack.
hogfish.
Wow. Does it get any fresher than that? Alright. But we came for shrimp. What we came for, deveining the shrimp. Look how big these are, like compared to, I have a small hand, but look how beautiful that shrimp is.
Key West.
Key West pinks. They're sweeter than shrimp. When you buy farm raised compared to wild, healthy shrimp that eats off of like a variety of, you gotta think like you're eating your food, right? And you're eating what your food eats. And while shrimp may be garbage, like bottom feeders, they're still feeding off of the nutrients of everything that is in their wild environment. So if you are, if your shrimp comes from like a farm where they're fed the same thing every single day and they're not getting variety and they're eating their own shit. Like basically when you're buying farm raised, you're buying food that has living, breathing, eating its own shit. And you are what you eat. And so, it's important that as humans we eat a variety of food, but we also understand that when we're picking our protein sources, that we understand that we also need to be eating things that get a variety of food.
That was a lot of poop in that one.
That was a happy shrimp.
That was a lot of poop in that.
And that's why like farm raised wild like free range chicken eggs is gonna taste better, is because they're eating different insects and stuff like that. So, going out and looking for the best quality food and taking time to do that and making it important. And then, now we know where to go. So now we got the spot, and it's just like we don't have to look because we know where to go. It's a little fish market. Seems like it was privately owned, family owned, and so a lot of gross stuff in here. So here is the finished dish. We have 1 yellow of the jasmine rice that I showed you earlier. We have chopped kale, organic kale. We have onions and garlic. The shrimp were sauteed with mustard and herbs. And I'm gonna put a teaspoon of coconut oil on top for my teaspoon, and it's good to go.